Hey friends, I want to briefly go over today why DNA does not support the design argument for God, or why it's not a good design argument for God. The design argument for God is basically like the moral argument, morality exists, therefore there must be a morality giver. Design exists, therefore there must be a designer. And when it comes to the DNA argument, it's really all about incredulity. How can something so complex happen by chance? I just can't imagine this happening. Therefore, there must be a mind behind it. And there's the big jump right there. Just look at the trees, bro, is how they come across. And patterns that we see in nature do not imply a designer. So when we look at DNA, we can determine a few things about the designer if it has a designing mind behind it. It is indifferent to the suffering and struggle of its creation. Um, Places like BBC, there's shows like Our Planet that you can find on Netflix that I was just watching yesterday that shows the struggle of life on this planet. It's colossal, and the designer's not concerned with that kind of thing. It's okay with bugs in the software or the firmware. It doesn't issue any updates and has no thought of system security or user security or well-being at all. It is completely indifferent. One of the things that makes me think this way are pseudogenes, the fact that they exist. These are non-functional segments of DNA that resemble functional genes. They used to be genes. They are usually identified when genome sequence analysis finds gene-like sequences that lack regulatory sequences or are incapable of producing a functional product. They're a type of junk DNA. Each one of us has over 14,000 of these in our DNA. For example, there's one called GULO. It codes for an enzyme needed for the production of vitamin C in our body. It's broken in us and some other primates. We have to get our vitamin C elsewhere now, or we're going to wind up sick with scurvy. Now, let's contrast modern software design with this. Pseudogenes are basically ancient broken code libraries that get propagated throughout the code base for the life of the project. That's not good design strategy. It's always a bad idea to keep broken or abandoned code libraries laying around. It just is. In modern software development, we design and maintain code libraries, and we issue these things called updates to make sure errors that were currently unnoticed are now fixed, enhancements get rolled in, obsolete code libraries are removed from the code base entirely. We don't let them hang around. It's really not like computer code. DNA is just a static string of instructions. It's just a long linear script. That's all it is. There's no logic involved. There's no branching, if then else syntax. There's no looping or iteration. There's no recursional code reuse. Nothing like that goes on. It's basically just a hardwired script prone to errors that morphs over time. Error correction with DNA is limited. Mutations still occur. In fact, this is the very thing that drives evolution and biodiversity that we see in the world today. Modern software, by contrast, has backups. We have things like checksums. Uh, we implement updates instead of letting living things develop cancer and other diseases. Right? You get the picture. I don't see any intentional design in DNA. It looks like nature being nature, doing what nature does. So, anyway, if you found any of this useful, great. Just wanted to give you a quick overview. This is what it all boils down to me. Thanks a lot, guys.